Rodrigo. It is quite complicated to say Rodrigo, so everybody calls me Rod. I'm the engineer manager of a very specific team at Nutrien Agro Solutions in Australia. I'm the engineer manager for sustainability, where we look after the carbon emissions of each farm. Our team is not the biggest digital team in the company, but we have 4 developers, 1 platform engineer, 1 QA, 1 VA, 1 PM, and that's all. This is my team. I look after all these guys in totally different situations. I look after all the timesheets, all the holidays, sick leaves, all these boring part of management. Also looking after the technology, the exciting part that if they have any major blockers or any major situations that they need guidance with the project, it is my duty to step in and help them out. I have been working with Nutrien for the last 3 years. In this role, I'm for almost a year. So I got this role in July last year. Previously, I was working with financial and enrollment of new customers in another project inside of the company. Yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment.
What's the one piece of career advice you wish someone had given you when you were starting out?
I'm pretty sure that my career is a little bit different of many of people that are going to listen to this podcast, because I came from Brazil. So when I first started in IT, I believed that just going to a very good university would ensure my future in a great job. However, this is not entirely true. While the university can really help you out with like giving you all the theory and give you all the background of good standards, if you don't really apply the skills that you learn there in your day by day, you're not gonna be able to do anything. So you're gonna be stuck in that university environment and idea. And if you want to become a teacher, that's fine. But if you want to really go to the market, I believe the best advice that I could give to somebody is really put hands on. Like everything that you learn, start in small little projects, side projects, and it doesn't matter if it is something silly like the snake game or just a form to save name, surname, and profession, or does not matter what you are gonna do, but every new tech that you learn, try to apply. This is my best advice. You have free tools for everything that you can imagine. AWS is for free nowadays. You have Google giving you for free as well. You have everything that you need to really learn and put it into a project. The second step, I would say, find somebody to teach what you learned, because it is the second most important thing. It is not just share the knowledge, but while you are teaching, you realize things that previously you didn't realize. It is almost a brainstorm. You really learn more when you are teaching. So I believe that these are the 2 main points. And look, go to uni is a great step, open a lot of doors. I know that I started this answer saying that, yeah, it is not like that, but it opens a lot of doors. However, mainly in Australia, I realized that if you are a dedicated person, a hard worker, I think people really give value to what you have to present to them and the way that you deal with situations. That the best translation from what we have in Brazil, I believe, would be your swagger. So it is the way that you talk to people, the way that nobody likes people that is too serious or make fun of everything. You have to find the middle way to deal with managers and people under you, above you, and do all these politics and integrate everybody. So this helps a lot.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career journey that made a significant impact?
Can I share more than one?
Yes, go for it.
My career was full of pivots. When I started as I said in the last question, I went to uni straight away. Very silly. I was thinking I want to work with the supercomputers. This was my idea. And I didn't have the view of the market. So I was back in Brazil, where it is a third world country that we basically use everything from overseas. And I wanted to work with the supercomputers. So I did computer engineering at uni, and I found very hard to find any job. So I came to realize soon that the job market in a third world country for these top technologies is not very open. So when it came to this view to me, it really sink in. I thought I have to pivot my life, because or I leave Brazil or I'm not gonna find my job. So I went again to uni, and I got my second diploma, and now in a university that is called System Analytics. We don't have a exactly match in Australia. It would be something like a science of computer, where I learned more about development and more commercial IT. So, and this was a success. This, in the middle of uni, I already found a job, and in a big company. I was working for T-Systems. It is big in Germany. It is big in Brazil, not as much in the US and here. I finished my uni. I received an offer to work for a huge, major company in Brazil called Petrobras. Is an oil company. And because of my ambition, I wanted to grow. I didn't want to just get stuck as a developer for the rest of my life. So, as I said, in Brazil, you need a bloody diploma. So I went to uni again, and I started my post-graduation. I did a post-graduation in user UX, and just after I started my master's in electrical engineering, which gave me the very base and support to apply for better positions. This got me to a big credit card company in Brazil called Cielo, where I got to tech lead. I was almost satisfied, but I want to keep going. And talking to my boss that time, he showed me a strong barrier that I was facing. And this time it wasn't degrees, it wasn't anything else. It was language. I couldn't speak English. So how can I go ahead if the major deals are made with the US? Then comes another pivot in my life. I just threw everything away and came to Australia to learn English. My idea was I'm gonna learn English, I'll go back, I'm gonna get my job back, and now instead of a leader, I'm gonna be a principal, I'm gonna be a engineer manager, I'm gonna go ahead. Sweet. 1 year here learning English, and my English, if I tell you, after a year, my English was still so bad. Anyways, I don't know how I was capable to find a job in Cairns, a small little company that sponsored me. And I changed it completely. In Brazil, I was a Java developer for 7-8 years, something like that. I came here, I couldn't find any job with Java, and I did Python. So changed totally languages, changed technologies, changed everything. I worked there for 3 years. That was the time of the sponsorship. Once that I got the PR, I realized that doors were open and the world started opening. So I start applying and I see that, now that you have the visa, the companies were interested. Then I was, great. I moved from Cairns to Brisbane. I worked for News Corp. And after comes, it was almost a dream. I worked for geoscience. That is the geospatial government sector. And I worked with satellite images in a project that was in partnership with NASA. I was like, I got to the top of my career. I'm working with NASA. Whoa! Anyways, the project was very short. They had alerted me that it would be for a year. Ended up that it finished after 9 months, 10 months, something like that. Was when I moved to Nutrien. Nutrien gave me a brand new eyes. How can I say? The environment was much more relaxing, and the work was hard, but people were giving you support, and this was great. I had my manager always supporting me and with a very good knowledge that was understanding everything that I was saying and trying to apply. I started as a back-end senior developer. I grew to a principal developer, and I grew to tech lead. I grew to senior tech lead. And last year, I was promoted to engineer manager of this new project in sustainability. So, as I said, I wouldn't give you one example. My life was always like a change here, change there, change everywhere, because like I came to Australia, I started working as a dishwasher. So like it was a big change in life and new airs to understand new cultures, new ways to work, new ways to deal with people. But my background, Brazilian background, as I said, we call ginga. It is the swagger that I said helped me a lot, because I can joke with people, I can talk to people in a nicer way than just be very serious and professional, and I just try to make it lighter.
Yeah. How do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life, and what's your go-to strategy for overcoming them?
There are many strategies that I try to apply. So when you come from a country like Brazil, you just get used to face competition for job positions. Different of Australia, that we have, I think, 22 million people around Australia. In Brazil, we have 250 million. So just my city in Brazil, we had 14 or 15 million people. So when you apply for a job, you are sure that you have another 1,000 people applying with you. So it is not rare to see people unemployed for 6 months or a year. So you have to prevent or to prepare yourself for this kind of situation. Setbacks, I had a lot in my life. As I said, I worked for an oil company in Brazil that was paying me very well, was a government company. I was in a very good position. And when I left the oil company and I went to the private market, I realized that things were different. It was my first like a punch. Like I had to cut my salary in less than half to be able to go back to the market. I had to basically restart and instead be a senior, come back to just a normal developer. I wasn't leading anything, and I was feeling like I don't even have words to describe. Like I was feeling like that they weren't using my potential. I was like they didn't give me value. But as I said, I have used this to learn and to fire me up, to every time learn more and about something totally new. Instead of be a very specialized thing, a specialized person in some very technical thing, I open wide my technology knowledge and just start making more courses, taking more certifications, and eventually I got to the credit card company where I was in a much better position than I was in the oil company Petrobras. As I said before, when I came to Australia, was another huge setback. This time not much financially, but more status and believe. Your psychological side is hurt. When you come from a leadership position and I started cleaning toilets for $8 per hour, it was a tough time of my life, you know. And again, I was just trying to fire up and focus on my goal. That time was learn English. So I avoided to talk in Portuguese to anybody around me. I was in certain point rude with Brazilians because I would just cross them and not even look at them, you know. I was focused on just English, go to the supermarket and talk to people, and like, doesn't matter what I'm doing, doesn't matter if I'm a cleaner or what I am. Like, I was focused in this and going surf because we have to enjoy a little bit.
Yeah.
So, after a year like cleaning toilets and being a dishwasher, I found the job in Cairns, and I realized that the experience that I had with the setback gave me even more, like, I'm proud of what I did, more than, I'm ashamed, I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm proud of that. I had the setback, and now I have to go back where I was and try to go beyond. I try to always do that. But there is a big thing that I would recommend anybody to do is to get ready for that. And what I mean is mainly financially, because more than your status or anything, when you start running out of money and you look and God, the market is difficult to get in. I just could get this kind of job that is not paying me what I need for my life. And you start reducing, like I cannot go out. I have to change my unit because the rent is too expensive. Or you have a very good base to, like a solid base to give you this confidence to keep going and learning, because sometimes you don't find a job, or sometimes you find a much lower paid job and you have to keep studying. Otherwise technology just leave you behind, because it keeps like improving. And believe, I saw this happening because I missed all the cloud change, because I was coming to Australia when AWS was released. So I had to, like, while I was being a cleaner and a dishwasher, I had to have the money to keep in Australia, paying for the visa, paying for the English school, and find time to keep studying. So just be prepared always have that extra money accessible, and be prepared inside of you saying, does not matter what happens, I'm capable to provide what I need. So these are my ways to think, my ways to get ready for any scenario that may occur in my life.